Like on the news, I keep hearing that they're not letting any Africans or any Black or Indians cross.
The United Nations reports more than 800,000 people have fled Ukraine since Russia attacked last week, but many foreign nationals trying to escape have described racist discrimination and abuse, saying they were turned away from buses and at the border while Ukrainians were welcomed with open arms.
How many people like these guys have fled Ukraine and come here?
Currently, if I just at the snap of the finger, I can say we have received close to about 300 students. So
300?
Yes.
They didn't let us get on board.
Wow.
So the tension was insane. They weren't doing it to mostly foreigners, even Ukrainians too.
Because people are panicking, most people always take this as an opportunity. So I recommend, if you are panicking, please just breathe and try to think.
It wasn't because of your skin color. It was everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
So also like the Ukrainians,
Yeah.
also, I'm assuming even maybe women and children,
Yes.
they wouldn't let them on.
Regardless. For the skin color thing, I didn't really see that. We crossed the same way. Yes, man, it wasn't easy. Easy. We saw a lot of like hard shit, man. It wasn't easy. Yep, this is us here in the bunker.
Wow.
Yeah, see, we were with the people, as you can see it. Just families, man.
And how did the families treat you?
Very, very friendly. Almost feels like we're Ukrainians too. They're so positive. And there was even one African girl. She just was desperate. She was sleeping in the waiting hall of Lviv, and she wasn't wearing any shoes, man. She just climbed, man. And it's panic. It's mostly hysteria. It's panic because everyone is afraid. Most foreigners are trying to run the border because they're suffering from shell shock, from trauma. They're scared of the bombing.
A million Ukrainians have fled the country since the start of the Russian invasion.
It's the first major Ukrainian city as Russia continued to fire upon civilian targets in other cities.
All right. So these guys also just fled Ukraine from Kharkiv.
Yeah.
And then how did you enter? From what border?
We went to a town in Ukraine called Berehove, but I don't remember the border crossing. Lots of something, I don't remember. Maybe they will know it. Okay. We took a taxi from Berehove, past Avstray, and we crossed from the Ukrainian checkpoint. It was about an hour. Then from the Hungarian checkpoint, another 1 hour 45 minutes. Then we waited in the bus about 1 hour 15 minutes. They drove us to a makeshift school, and we were given the temporal permit to stay within the territory of Hungary or any part of the European Union. Yeah. So after that, they told us that if we want to extend after a month, we should just go to the immigration of Hungary or wherever we have been posted and pay for the extension. That's according to what they said to us.
I'm very happy to hear that because,
Awesome.
on the news, I keep hearing that they're not letting any Africans or any Black or Indians cross.
It's panic. It's mostly hysteria. It's panic because everyone is afraid. Most foreigners are trying to run the border because they're suffering from shell shock, from trauma. They're scared of the bombing. They're scared it's going to happen in Lviv. I know one guy who ran away who was desperate to cross into Poland because the raid sirens were just really, really terrifying for him. But it was kind of like a testing thing they were doing.
I was trying to tell people that it was hard for everybody. Like I don't care what color your skin is, black, brown, yellow, white, green. It's hard to escape war for anyone. You know?
It is, man. It wasn't easy. Easy. We saw a lot of like hard shit, man. It wasn't easy in my language.
I think if there's any time you can swear, it's allowed. So I'm happy that. So your passport is from Ghana?
Yes, I'm Ghanaian. Yes.
And normally you're not allowed into the EU without a visa, right?
Of course, yeah.
And they made this exception.
They made it an exception, yes. It mostly applies to ECOWAS citizens. Well, for now, I do know for Nigerians and Ghanaians, it's visa free for now, for up to a month. But It varies. Those who came earlier did not need to do any immigration form. They were told they could stay 3 months. I really don't know how believable it is. Yeah, we were in Uzhgorod for a little bit and we came just yesterday. We crossed yesterday and we came just today. So maybe some things changed a little bit, but they try to be as calm as possible. Yeah.
So just so I have the dates in order, what day did you leave? What day did you leave Kharkiv?
I left Kharkiv last week, Friday.
Okay, and that was the day after the bombings and started.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And then how did you get from Kharkiv to the border?
From Kharkiv, we traveled. We wanted to go straight to Uzhhorod, but man, it was just so messed up. So many people were panicking.
Yeah.
So we had to climb to a train going to Trukavets, I think. It's a small resort town, but we had to make some change of plans because we feared being stranded in Trukavets, so we stopped at Lviv. So we wanted to go to Poe 17. We checked the time, it was the same. The conductor was saying, no, this is not your train, it's the next one. But for example, we were told it was 5:19, it was 5:19, they didn't let us get on board.
Wow.
So the tension was insane. They weren't doing it to mostly foreigners, even Ukrainians too. But the trains were empty.
Why do you think that was happening?
I don't know, honestly. I really don't know. Maybe they wanted to take the train to pick up people from another side. I don't know, honestly. The next train came. We went inside. It was freezing, and the next train came. We just boarded, and there was even one African girl. She just was desperate. She was sleeping in the waiting hall of Lviv, and she wasn't wearing any shoes, man. She just climbed, man, and.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's
definitely been hard.
Yeah,
Like I've seen like very similar experiences trying to get out as well.
Yeah, dude. Man,
But I think it's one really important thing that you said was it wasn't because of your skin color. It was everybody was.
Everybody, yeah.
So also like the Ukrainians.
Yeah.
Also, I'm assuming even maybe women and children,
Yes.
they wouldn't let them on.
Regardless. For the skin color thing, I didn't really see that. We crossed the same way, but mostly it happened. The tensions were higher when people started to panic. Yeah. We took everything much slower. We tried to keep cool. Rumors were going on, don't go here, don't go there, but we had what we wanted to follow at heart.
And who are you with?
Me?
Yeah.
I was with Lida.
Hello, Lida. How are you? Are you also from Ghana?
I'm from Ukraine, so yes.
Okay.
I'm from Nigeria.
From Nigeria, okay. Awesome. And how many people in your group? Just the two of you, or?
We traveled together.
Okay.
We traveled together, but there were some extra Nigerians with us, but we got separated.
Okay.
Eventually, everybody had their places to go.
But do you know if they made it across the border? Or?
Well, yeah, there are two people here, but I think they got their shelter.
Okay.
And
what is this place?
It is a temporal area where there are some. It looks like a Pentecost missionary, and what they do is, if you're a West African citizen, Ghanaian especially, you would be allowed in here, and they would give you a temporal shelter for a couple of days, weeks. It all depends. So there are some kind people in Hungary who are ready to take in students and different nationals.
Food. So in case you're hungry and you have money for food, you could come here.
Wow.
Yeah. Free time.
That's really nice.
Free food, free clothes.
Free clothes.
They're just good people here. Yeah.
Is it who's it sponsored by? Is it the Hungarian government or is it a church or what is it?
It's a church. It's a church, Pentecost church, and some students, some Ghanaian, Nigerian, Hungarian students who have come together just to help.
Yeah.
Yes, they're doing a splendid job.
Yeah, and that's the Ghanaian government too.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but maybe the Ghanaian government is part.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So do you know how many people that came from Ukraine that's living here now?
As of now, well, no, but the numbers were pretty. The numbers keep adding up, of course, but they sort them out. Well, today I didn't see much. Especially where we crossed from, they were not much. We were just free Africans, I say. The rest were the rest were native Ukrainians. Yeah, but we don't know where really they're from, so they were allowed to cross with special status into Hungary.
So they also crossed.
They also crossed, of course.
And then, did you see any like Indians or like Pakistani people?
No. Where we crossed, absolutely very little foreigners. Very little.
Okay.
Where you see foreigners?
I'm so sorry. I think that people mostly cross from the chopped border.
Yeah.
But I recommend not to go there because I heard you spend so long there. So I recommend you should use the
Berehove.
Yeah. That's pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's more easier than shop, but you have to wait outside for so long.
You go through, you go to the town Berehove, then you take a taxi down to, I don't remember the border name, but it's there. Berehove through Astay, then there is one, it starts with an L or something, I don't remember.
How much was the taxi?
150 hryvnias.
That's nothing, it's like $5.
It's fantastic price, fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, because the other thing I saw on actually some CNN reporter saying that his sister, and I feel bad for everyone who goes through everything, you know, just like I'm just trying to say it's like Ukrainians are not these evil people, just
No.
So she was saying she's had to spend like $700 for a taxi and then like $900 for another one, and it's like it's not necessary.
Yeah, the scam is just everywhere. People just want to rip people off and just, you know, make money.
Because people
honestly.
are panicking. Most people always take this as an opportunity to rip people. So I recommend, if you are panicking, please just breathe and try to think. And if you can think, you can know this person's trying to scam you. You can find another alternative.
Yeah.
But that's what's going on now. So it's just a recommendation.
I can even say that I can even say one proof that it's not just foreigners. For example, when we were coming from where I was living in Kharkiv, it's not really far. Normally you take the bus, trolley bus, it's about 45 minutes. When I order a cab normally, when everything was normal, it was about 170 hryvnias. But there was this taxi driver who inflated the prices. So for us, he took 800 hryvnias. That's because we negotiated. He said that there was one Ukrainian woman who needed an errand done, and he charged her 1,200 hryvnias. So it's kind of a thing. Everybody wants to just make it expensive.
But I also understand, like, because you know, they're instead of being at home with their family or being safe somewhere, they're out driving around. It's hard right now to get petrol. The gas stations are hard. So I understand why they're charging more.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, I definitely don't think anyone should be paying $700 to go somewhere. But if they want to charge $20, $30, I understand. And I think, you know, and then we still have the option. We can say yes or no, you know?
Yeah. And I can understand because on the front near where I live in Pitsihatki, yes, you could see the Ukrainian military already dispatched over there with rocket launchers and all that stuff. Yeah, scary, man.
It's scary. Like,
very scary.
I think
very
this.
Scary.
Yeah, I'm so happy I spoke to you guys because.
Yeah.
I think what people fail to realize is it is a scary situation for everyone.
Very.
Yeah.
We heard it the most. Yeah. And we even saw part of the artillery shell right in the road near a church. You should visit it. Maybe you would see that spot. It's terrifying. It is. It's terrifying.
Kiev were like hit one of the most cities that were really affected. I think it was Kharkov and Kiev. So they were really hit the most. So most times when we were still in Kharkov, it was recommended that we go underground to the metro and to the bunkers because it was safer.
But we stayed. We didn't go into the metro. Crazy as it was.
We went. Sometimes it was very severe. We just had to go to the metro, or if we were outside, we had to go underground to the bunkers. So I recommend.
Oh, we have some photos.
Wow, please.
Yeah.
Please show me.
Our apartments. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Some photos of us in the bunkers. Hold on.
I have my apartment actually in the city center of Kharkiv, and when I started seeing the bombings, I was, I'm like, oh my God. At least I'm safe. But.
Yeah, this is it.
Maybe hold it up to the camera and you see it.
Yep, this is us here in the bunker.
Wow.
Yeah, see, we were with the people, as you can see it, just families, man.
And how did the families treat you?
Very, very friendly. Almost feels like we're Ukrainians too. They're so positive. When we went grocery shopping, the bombs just started dropping like literally a few kilometers around us. We run, they opened the door, they could hear footsteps, they opened before we knocked, and they allowed us in.
And they were like, oh no, never mind. Like,
oh no. We could have been
I
dead.
actually want to thank the Ukrainians in Lviv. When we went to Lviv, the train station, there was free food, there was free water, there was chai,
volunteers.
there was tea. I really thank them because I was really hungry and it was really nice. So for those who are here at Lviv, sorry, if you go to the Vokzal, I don't know, since when I went there were
Sorry?
there were free food and free water. You can take advantage of it.
Yeah, like I'm so happy for this. I was so worried. Like I wasn't everywhere. I wasn't on every train, and I'm sorry for anyone who had a bad experience. If you did, it probably was because they were stressed.
Yes.
And it's a war. You know, if you want to blame someone, please blame Vladimir Putin.
Of course, man. Of course. We lost so much. Everybody had to leave something behind, honestly.
So,
life. But God bless Ukraine. God bless Ukraine.
Yeah. God bless Ukraine.
God bless Ukraine.
And I hope everyone makes it out safely. Thank you to everyone who's driving the trains and working so hard. Thank you for all the border guards. I know you had a stressful journey. Thank you for everyone who's volunteering and helping. I hope everyone gets through this safely, but I'm glad that we're safe.
Same here.
So, take care, guys, and
stay safe.
Putin, go home, please. Okay. All right. So this is actually your place.
Yes,
Wow.
Catebra.
Thank you so much, the Church of Pentecost Hungary.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your help in helping all these people.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
We were and they were saying that how much you helped. So thank you very much for it.
It hasn't been easy, but we are doing it for God and humankind.
Thank you very much.
The heart
yeah.
of service is to serve man. You have served God.
We appreciate it.
So that is it. Since Sunday they've been here, and we have not looked at it because we are a Ghanaian church.
Yeah.
We're only looking at Ghanaians.
Okay.
Everybody. We've had even Ukrainians coming here.
Oh wow, nice.
8 of them came in here, and then we have facilitated their accommodation.
That's nice.
So this place is serving as a holding area where we hold them up here. We provide them with feeding, and after that we give them accommodation. So it's a place where they relax, they are comforted. To us it will let them take out what they have gone through, and then after which we give them accommodation.
We appreciate your help.
That is it. And we also want to say that we are very much grateful to the Hungarian government and then people of Hungary. They've been quite humane, in fact, in the face of these challenges. And we are very much grateful to them. And fortunately, one of them has come out. This is Gita, Hungarian. She has been here right from day one with us. And we appreciate every bit of thing they have done to us. In fact, it is said that you are able to know your lovers in the time of adversity. And indeed, Hungarians have shown us love in the midst of this adversity that our compatriots have gone through.
Thank
we
you
can
very
only
much.
say thank you to the government and to the people and other expatriates in Hungary. In fact, they've been quite helpful. And we can thank them and thank them again, and we say God bless them. And God bless you too for taking time off your heavy schedule to come and look for us so that we can have this interaction.
Thank you very much.
Let's pray for Hungary. Let's pray for peace of the world. We all need peace to stay.
Can I ask how many Ukrainians have come through in the last week?
Currently, at us at this place, we have only received 8.
Okay.
5 women and then 3 gentlemen.
Okay.
And even in the midst of their difficulty, they are also willing to even assist because they were shocked that their country is in such a situation. They have come in here and they're looking at what has happened there. People have run away from that country, and if out of their challenges, people have come in here and we are giving them this assistance, they feel they owe it a responsibility to support us. And I must say that this thing is not being done only by the Church of Pentecost. We've had the Mustard Seed Church also being part of it. It's the Laba. I call it LP Dela.
Thank you.
She has been quite helpful.
So aside from the 8 Ukrainians, how many people like these guys have fled Ukraine and come here?
Currently, if I just at the snap of the finger, I can say we have received close to about 300 students. So
300?
Yes. Yes.
In the past,
from Sunday
last
to
week?
today.
300?
Yes.
Yeah. Or
Wow.
even more, I would say. Even
That's why I said at the snap of the finger. I mean, over my mind,
Yeah.
over the head.
it could be even double.
It can
Wow.
even be more than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the reason why I actually wanted to film this
Right.
is in the news. It's saying that Ukraine is not letting any Africans out of Ukraine, and
That's not true.
and Hungary is not allowing them in. So that's not true.
That is not true. There was an initial challenge
Poland is
at the
not
beginning
allowing.
where it was perceived that there was a hold-up of our black brothers and sisters.
Okay.
But I think common sense prevailed. Let me put it that way. And now they were able to see that don't let's hold them up. They are all running away from the war area, regardless of the skin color.
Yeah.
Let's allow all of them to come in.
But the
Yes.
issue is about Hungary.
Yes.
Hungary is not doing that.
Hungary has never done that.
I mean, it's even Hungary is even providing free transportation
transportation
from the border
from the border to Budapest.
Even at the most populated border, CHOP, it's not bad. It's not. It's not. We don't hear any discrimination like that.
And then this
And
lady
it was from
is in a
Poland
birthday
that
mood.
some of our arrivals came from, because they went first to Poland and they got rejected at the border in Poland, and they walked more than 30 kilometers to come here.
It's more than 15 miles, yeah. So, I mean, my big question, and I don't know the answer to this, is was it more of like a visa paperwork where some of the passports weren't normally allowed into the EU? So it was a hold up because of that, and they were like, well, if we let them go through our border, then we don't know what to do?
Or was I would say, from what I know and what I've heard, because I have worked closely with the former Hungarian consul for Ghana, Mr. Amen Podote. We receive students who were coming in. Actually, in the midst of the challenges, nobody knew what was going to happen. So let's say a student wants to go to Portugal, he wants to go to Sweden, and they apply for visas in those countries, and your passport will be taken. Then the war started. So they needed to leave. So some of them left without their passport. They went through our consular, and they've been given traveling certificate. So most of the students, even I have traveling certificate on my phone because they send it through my mail, and I forward it to Mr. Amen Kodote for it to be processed for them. So it is something that, yes, they need to travel with some document. And if you don't have the passport, that does not prevent you from traveling. If you get in touch with the consular, quickly you are assisted with a traveling certificate, and then you travel, and then you come.
But the residence permit, because they are students, so they have this Ukrainian residence permit, no? So this is entitling them to a lot of things that also Ukrainian passport holders are entitled to. Not everything, because some, like for example, Wizz Air, I don't know if they're also...
Wizz Air was saying that they would entitle people who were Ukrainians or had like citizenship, that they could get flights, but it hasn't been clear.
For free is not, they are not entitled to, only with the residence permit. But to enter Hungary, residence permit is enough, and definitely.
Really? Okay. Yes. Because actually I have this residence permit, but as far as I know, even during normal times, I wasn't allowed to travel with it. It was really
not inside the European Union.
Yeah, like even outside of Ukraine, it was really just I needed my normal passport, then I needed this resident permit to stay longer. But like my thought is, it was just like complicated in the first few days where no one knew what to do, and I like to believe it wasn't anything to do with race. It had to do with nationality, maybe.
In fact, it's true that there is racism happening all the time. But on the large scale, of course, like all refugees from Ukraine, everybody, any citizenship is welcome for sure. But individually, there is racism happening, which people are suffering from, as always, unfortunately. So.
And let me add that I stand by the assumption that racism is not something that exists, but it's something that is created. Because you can put two children who are from different races together, they will play and have all the comfort. But as they age, then they begin to segregate. That should tell you that somebody has formed some ideology in the mind of the children. So for me, that is the philosophy that I've come to uphold, that indeed there's no racism, but there is something that some people created to sort of create disaffection for one particular group of people or the other.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, and it's hard. I think sometimes also we get, like, maybe, I don't know, like we stereotype people and it's not good. I know on my crossing, and this sucks because maybe it was just these few people that cut in line and they were pushing, and now these security guards, these border guards, they associate anyone who was Indian or black with these people who were panicking. And I understand they were scared. They wanted to leave. They wanted to get on the train. But at the same time, they started associating all black people or all Indians with those people who were panicking and pushing and cutting in line. And then they started treating them as fairly. So, I don't know.
Thank you very much. I would say let's keep Ukraine in our prayers. Don't let us fight one another. We all need peace to make the world a better place for all of us to live in.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Man, it was so nice talking to these guys. And there's one kind of important thing that I do have to mention. And we talked about it for a long time off camera, but it's a very sensitive subject. But let's just summarize it like this, okay? These guys are saying that they also witnessed people doing inappropriate things to piss people off. And so in this situation where people are panicking and there's war, people do selfish things. He saw a group of fellow African guys basically push out a Ukrainian mom with her newborn out of one of the first-class cabins to take it over for themselves. Luckily, he actually knocked on the door and said, "No, you cannot do that." And he actually called the police to get them out of there. And when he asked, why would you push a pregnant woman or a new mom out of a cabin? They said, this is, war is happening. Russia is invading. We need to do it. We need to do whatever we can. He also saw a group of some kind of Arab guys basically blocking the whole entrance and only grabbing their own people onto the train. And when he said to them, what are you doing? He says, these are our family. We have to survive them. I saw, a big group of 15 Indian guys rushing the train and cutting in front of, everyone else. So here's the thing: is there are bad people everywhere, but there's also, as you can see, really good people. And it's a shame that a handful of bad people doing bad things, doing desperate things during a desperate time can overshadow all the normal good people. But we have to be realistic, because if we say, everyone's an angel, we'd be lying. We all do stupid things and selfish things when we're desperate and when we're, especially in a war situation. So I hope this video and these interviews gave you a little insight on what it's like to be a refugee of war. Whether you're from Africa, from India, from the Middle East, from America, or Ukrainian. It's hard for everyone. It's hard for the border guards who have to deal with all this BS. It's hard for the train operators. It's hard for the people fighting the war. It's hard for everyone, guys. It sounds like if you remain calm and remain patient, there's a way out of it. It took these guys a long time. I've already been here in Hungary for a few days, and these guys just arrived, and they left the same day I did. They spent the night. I don't know if they spent 1, 2, or 3 nights, but they spent the night in a border town, Uzhhorod, which is actually where I was planning on stay if the border got too crazy. So, they're smart enough to do that. In Poland, I've heard they closed it because there's just too many people coming across Poland. That's the closest border. So, I don't know what's gonna happen, guys. It's tough. It's a tough situation for every single person involved. But at the end of the day, please don't be racist towards anyone. I know sometimes I stereotype others unfairly based on the actions of a few select people. I'm sorry for that. I need to stop doing that. This war has been very stressful, number one, but also it's been very humbling, okay? Apologize to all the Americans as well for talking crap all the time about Americans. I know that my views are normally because people in California are doing stupid things. California PC liberal police telling me don't say anything bad about California. So I apologize to everyone else who are good people. I know you guys are out there and you're the vast majority. I know most people are not selfish. And I also know that in a dangerous situation like war, the worst comes out in people. You know, especially when they're trying to protect their families. Doesn't mean it's an excuse, but it is what it is, guys. If you want to blame someone, if you want to be mad at someone, please be mad at Vladimir Putin, because he's the one who's causing all this. Please direct all your hate comments directly to vladimir.putin@gmail.com or .ru, whatever it is. Be mad at him. Stop this war. Stop the racial and the political BS, okay? That's not the most important thing right now. Yes, there are problems in the world. Yes, there is racism. Yes, there is social injustice. Yes, it's complicated. But right now, the only thing that matters is saving Ukraine, stopping this war. Please focus primarily and only on that right now. I love you guys. Take care. God bless.